Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DJ Life podcast.
Bow, 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 bow.
Streaming on all sources possible. What's up, everyone? It is a wonderful Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here joined with the Midwest DJs crew, as I called them in the thumbnail.
All right.
We got Mitch Taylor, Rich Lang, and Eric Jagger. What's up, guys? How you guys doing
Hey,
tonight?
guys, how are you?
Or
It
this
is.
evening?
It is Jaeger.
Is it
like
Jaeger or
the
Jaeger?
alcoholic drink, right? Yeah, like the party shots.
Yeah, I go by that. I usually go by Jaeger, but I'm going to go by Jaeger today.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay.
All right. Well,
Let's go
change
by
it up.
Jaeger.
yeah, I've been saying it wrong, but I guess I've been saying it right.
I don't ever correct anyone.
You shouldn't.
Where's everyone at tonight? Where are you guys all at? Where's Mitch streaming from? Where's Rich coming in from? Where's Eric coming? Where are you guys all at?
I'm actually in Milwaukee right now.
Ooh, teaser. Where you at, Rich?
And I'm coming live from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ooh,
Yeah.
should just drove up.
Yeah. I'm in Crown Point, Indiana. Nobody knows where that is, so let's just say we're about 40 minutes from Chicago.
Oh, that's right by Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you were there. Cool. So these dudes are behind the scenes at Midwest DJs Live. I've been making posts about it. We've been talking about it on this podcast. We've even had Mitch on here. I don't remember how long it's been, but Mitch is a guest at some point.
In a minute.
Been a minute.
It was right before the last one.
They kind of all blend together, honestly. And I rewatch a lot of them. I actually listen to our own podcast now.
You do?
I kind of go back. It's
Interesting.
some of the shit we say. I'm like, damn, that was actually okay.
That was actually really good.
I'm like, maybe I don't hate myself.
You're just sitting there like
Learn something.
For real. It's like, okay, Eric.
you're just giving yourself a pat on the back.
It
Like,
is.
Good job, Eric.
That
Good
is
job.
really what it is. I'm trying to pat myself on the back.
He just needed an ego boost. That's all.
Yeah, but
Daily affirmations.
There you go.
But yeah, Midwest DJs Live. It's the only non-profit DJ convention thrown by DJs, and I don't completely understand that. I'm not even gonna lie, but I would say it's my favorite convention to go to. I it's not because the homies are on here, but if I was saying this in the pre-show, I would say it is the largest DJ convention that is serious. There are larger, obviously, DJ conventions that you can go to, but the appeal behind going to them is because they're in Vegas or Atlantic City or whatever the case, the 1,000, 2,000 people, but it's not serious. It's not honed in on education like this one.
Yeah.
And this will be all things Midwest.
And I've never been to one, and this is going to be the first one I've gone to. And I said in the pre-show too, everyone in the industry I talk to talks about this show. And it's always been, for me, it's been a timing thing of getting there in the past. But, I said last year, I'm going to make it this year. And we're making it in a big way. So I'm excited.
What are the dates again this year?
April 28th to April 30th.
28th through 30th.
And we're still selling tickets? You can still get a ticket? Or we sold out?
We're close, but there's a few tickets left.
Close.
We're limited by the space that we have in the room, and it's getting tight. We've got a couple of vendors that aren't bringing as many people as they thought, so that freed up some tickets, things like that. But I don't know. We're probably, realistically, as we talk today on the 19th of March, less than 10 tickets.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. So if you're listening right now and you were planning to go, you better go over to the website ASAP.
Buy a ticket right now.
Because
Buy a
they ain't
freaking
going to be
ticket.
there soon. Awesome. So awesome. We've grown to this size and everything, but it had humble, young beginnings. When did this all start? When was the first Midwest and how'd that all come to be? I don't know which one of you wants to do the history background lesson.
That's going to be Mitch.
All right, Mitch.
Gosh, Midwest has been around 15 years, 16 years now, depending on when you write the history books of when it truly started. It was founded by Ron Helmick back in the day, who was affectionately known as Big Ron. We've named our spinoff after him now, but back in the day, it was just, guys like us gathering in the back of a pub, Bucket's Pub in Racine, Wisconsin, is where they gathered.
That's awesome.
And they brought gear, they brought lighting, they talked shop, talked strategy, and then it was decided they wanted to try to continue it. So Big Ron took the bull by the horns and decided to continue it and grew it. And so it's grown from humble beginnings in the back of a pub of guys sharing gear and knowledge to now a truly full-blown conference. I've been blessed to be a part of the board or part of the show, I should say, in some way, shape, or form for the last almost decade, roughly decade. And it's been cool to see the growth and to be a part of it and see where it's gone. And now, they had their first sponsor with NLFX Professional back in the day, and NLFX has still been a sponsor of our show for several years since then. And we've grown into full-blown production. This year, our production sponsor is Pinnacle Productions, Chris Hintz, and their team, Core's team, out of South Dakota, and
And that's the real deal production. If you don't know Chris Hintz, that's top notch right there.
Yes, we are blessed to have Chris not only and his production crew be a part of our team for production for Midwest, but also to sit in a seat on the board with us as well.
Okay.
Yep.
How does that all work with the board? I remember asking at some point, it was like,
now I opened that can.
Yeah. Hey, we got time for some cans.
Well, I'll talk a little bit about it.
That's cool.
You mentioned, not really, what does it mean that we're not for profit and all that sort of thing. I think the important thing is, the way the show is run, we say it's a show for DJs by DJs, and it really is. We ask people to serve on this board, and the board is really, it's a working board. Everybody has a role, whether it's production or finding sponsors or finding presenters or working on food and beverage or nightlife. It's hands-on and we're doing it. Everybody that's on the board does it 100% volunteer. Nobody gets paid. There's no profit. Every penny that's taken from a ticket or from a sponsorship is poured back into the show. So it really does, everything goes back into it. But the board structure is, there to be an official, tax exempt, nonprofit. So we're always looking for people to volunteer and take part in it. And, it's grown from, like Mitch said, being there in Milwaukee to obviously, I live in the Carolinas. Mitch isn't in Milwaukee, but people kind of from all over that, love giving back and have gotten some out of the show. Those are the people that, volunteer their time to be in it. And it is a lot of work. I will tell you that. Most people show up at a show and don't know, but we started 2 weeks ago working on Midwest DJs Live 2025. And, we meet every week, the board does, and, work goes on behind the scenes. It's another big event, just like, we do in our other job of, planning for weddings or planning for other events. So there's a lot to do and a lot of detail in it. So, but that's how it works. We come together and make all the decisions together as a group, what we're going to do, who we're going to have, what it's going to be like, where it's going to be, what the ticket prices are. And, somehow it all comes together.
Yeah.
Does it members like rotate or anything? There's like a time frame or?
So there's no limits on how long you can be on the board, but we have an election every year. So this year, right after the show, after Midwest DJs Live ends in April, we'll have an election of board members. So some people will volunteer to say, hey, I've had enough, and they'll step off. Other people will indicate they want to stay on. And, throughout the year, one of the things we're always doing is looking for new people because we always need new people to support it. But yeah, it's elected by the current board. And so that's how it works.
That's very cool.
Who's some other dudes helping or females? Just dudes can be chicks in this.
Yeah. So we've got, as Mitch mentioned, we've got Chris Hintz, who's on there. Chris Moore, who's out of the Milwaukee area, and Jeff Burdick, who's out of that area as well. They're our treasurer and secretary.
Yeah, Jeff is one of our OGs. He actually got Ron started in DJing back in the day, so Jeff's been a part of it forever.
He still has like some reel-to-reel machines that he uses. That's how old school he is. But and then we've got Sean Schuldine. He's a DJ a bunch of people know. He's kind of our marketing and website guy. Does a lot of work in that area. Josh Staley, he handles our nightlife. Really, everybody handles a lot of different things, but that's his primary area. And then we've got Brent Robertson. He does some stuff with our sponsors. Jeffrey Sandler does some stuff with another thing that we can talk about too, which is an organization, sub-organization we have called DJs Loving DJs. But some work with that. Mitch, have I missed anybody that's on the current board?
I don't believe so. You covered Sandler. I think you covered everyone that's on our current board currently. We even have people from Crown Point, Indiana. Come to
Right.
So.
Is that near Chicago, or where is that?
It is.
Okay. Chicago won't claim us, but yes.
I wouldn't either, but
God dang, I'm going to get you to Crown Point, Eric. Change your mind.
God, I love it.
I'm the newest.
I think I've seen on Facebook you comment that you're a fan of the Christmas Story movie.
Yes.
Crown Point, Indiana is that downtown is the Christmas Story downtown.
Oh my, that's crazy.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Small rural midtown
That's a little
mid-America.
free trivia right there.
That reminds-
Learn something new every day.
My dad's always trying to get me to go eat some sandwich with him in the some mountain. I couldn't even tell you. And he's always like, "It's where Andy Griffith is from." And I'm like, "Dad, I'm fucking 30. I don't know what the fuck Andy Griffith is." Like, that's funny. That's not the same, but it reminded me of that.
Just grab your fishing pole and go.
Yep.
Right.
But I'm the newest member. I am the VP of Education. Although a lot of that work was done when I came on board, there was still a lot to do. And I will tell you that Rich kind of brought me on, asked me if I was willing to do it. Mitch welcomed me with open arms as well. And I can tell you that they have both texted me at least on a monthly basis apologizing for getting me involved. So
To be
it's
fair,
a lot of work.
To be fair, you texting all these people every month, regardless, for years in the past. This is like a crew. You guys are a crew, and I know you guys as friends, so there's nothing weird there.
Yeah.
I think
That's true. That's true. And if you're going to sucker somebody into a lot of work, there's no better.
Why
person
not do
than
it to a friend?
Exactly.
it blows my mind that you guys meet every week, though.
That I don't even meet my own company every week. That's sick. That's great, and I make money from that. That is a for-profit.
Well, to be fair, I mean the few months after the show ends, we do it every other week, but we jump in by the end of the year, by November,
round.
December, we're every week. Yeah.
But hey, a year-round full-time commitment. Talk about giving back.
Seriously, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine putting that on my plate. Currently, though.
So even on our call yesterday, Sean Schuldine was, a former member, a board member, and then he took a little break and is back. And he mentioned on the call yesterday how different and how much it's grown and how much it's changed in just the short time he was away from the show. I have no idea what it was before I came on board, but I know that
I was going to say, like, in what way?
I'm completely impressed by what happens with this board behind the scenes. Every time I open up a document, there's updated information. Things are happening all the time.
So unlike a group, okay.
Go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, unlike a group where there's one dude that does all the work, you guys are all the members that are doing all the work. In college where you have that group where there's just that one person that does everything and those slackers on the end.
Right. Or like this podcast where I just show up.
And Rick
this is
very good
does
example.
The podcast.
What a great analogy.
What a great example,
Thanks,
Eric.
man.
Thank you.
I have the nice looks. It's not my fault.
You know, we're almost a nonprofit too. We made like $5. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. We're a nonprofit, not on purpose.
Right.
We're an incapable of profit. How about that?
Well,
There's a huge
it's coming.
difference.
It's coming. It's not profit yet.
hopefully.
That's funny. So let's see. This year, I'm gonna pull up the.
What are you guys each individually excited for this year? What's the one thing that you're most excited for this year at the conference?
Yeah, you guys did all the booking, so tell us.
Well, I think I mean, just the way the conference has grown and attracts people that that want to be there, not only as attendees but also as presenters. And we got a lot of cool stuff going on with some of the entertainment too, with some of the DJs that are coming in to perform. But I mean, 5 years ago, Erik Massengale wouldn't have given his time to come up and be on stage.
You guys wouldn't have wanted it. You guys would not have wanted that 5 years ago.
But I mean, just the the diversity of people that are going to be presenting from stage, and for young DJs that have been around for a while, there's messages for both of them to hear. I mean, Mark Farrell is speaking Midwest DJs Live for the first time, and for the first time at a conference in several years. He's got messages for guys that have been in the business a long time, and I think for some of the young guys too. And then you got guys like Eric, Chris Washburn, that are kind of out there doing their thing and sharing what they know. So I mean, that's what I'm excited about, is just seeing seeing those I hate to call it nuggets or whatever. And the other thing that Eric's done a great job with on the board is continuing with something we started last year, and that's a lot of DJs went to these events and said, there's a lot of stuff we're talking about that has nothing to do with DJing. How can I be a better DJ? So we do these mini workshops. We got one on DJ skills, MC skills, lighting skills, and as part of the ticket that you've paid for to come to the show, you're not only going to see the presentations, but you're also going to get to go to these breakout rooms where, we've got DJ Even Steve is going to be doing some of his mixing techniques and showing people in small groups, what he does and how it works. So just stuff like that, I think, where people can walk away with, some tangible knowledge and some kind of hands-on stuff. And it wasn't just listening to 3 motivational speakers in Vegas.
Yep. Yeah. Even Steve, that's a good example of I'll call him not popular, even though I know exactly who he is and he's a buddy of mine, but it's not like he's Nick Spinelli popular, but he's so talented that it's ridiculous. Catches your attention even if you didn't know him. You know what I mean?
I think he's starting to finally catch on because he's starting to get some reels and stuff
Well,
to
good.
pop off. And Nick just brought him on his show too recently.
Yeah,
So I
and
think he's starting to finally get that traction going.
And the edits he makes are, and I don't even DJ out, but I see the track lists that he posts, and it's just clever shit. I'm like, wow, that's funny, and it's almost funny. You can tell his personality comes through his track selection, which isn't fairly common these days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's a super cool dude. That's a great choice for teaching actual DJing.
Agree.
Last year when he DJ'd up at the party at Midwest, when you could take a DJ for a room full of DJs and completely throw him for a loop, I think that's pretty impressive.
Exactly. And and DJing in front of DJs is literally the hardest thing you could ever do. So I get it when dudes go up there and I'm not impressed. It's impossible to impress DJs. And even if you're DJ Craze or whatever, these scratching behind their back dudes, even those dudes, I'm going to sit there with my fucking arms crossed, and the second it's off a little bit, I'm going to be like, oh, heard that. And that's everyone in the room. So for Even Steve to take over and people to be rocking with him, that's awesome.
Well, we got some other DJs too, and one of them you guys probably know. I don't know if we've officially announce this or not. So
Ooh.
I was gonna say, what are you unofficially announcing here?
I like
we
this.
can break
I
it.
just-
We can break it right here on the DJ
Raising
Live podcast.
eyebrows.
Clipping it right now.
This
But,
is live. This is live broadcasted, by the way. There is no clipping.
all right,
Just
here
so
we
you
go.
know.
Talk about. We do reels afteremixer.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Whatever you say is happening.
DJ, you may know, is going to be a part of it. He's a remixer extraordinaire out of Miami. DJ Mr. Gray. He's going to be
Okay.
with us.
I
No
totally
luck.
know who that is. You know,
I do not actually.
he makes the only edits I can remember, he puts like really heavy drops in. I remember it was like there was heavy drops and stuff. Keep in mind I haven't DJ'd for like 4 years now, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of out of the
Fair enough.
DJ edits specifically.
I probably have an edit or two of his. I just don't know it.
He's super popular editor. I can't remember the record pool he used to put out stuff on, but
yeah, but
sick.
lots
Hell
of
yeah.
things like that to look forward to. So
That's exciting. What you said about Even Steve, the only other DJ I've seen do something like that was DJ Collective in Nashville with Nick Bike.
he was pretty good. He was super.
He was just very clever with his mixing, in a
Uh-huh.
way. Like the harmonies and stuff. It
Yeah,
was
I like
super
I
cool.
like the other dude that would play like Taking Back Sunday, but like keep it scratching and mixing, and I was like, oh, that was unexpected. I haven't really heard that. It was very jazzy Jeffy, even though he's not playing emo stuff, and he probably would, but you get my point, you know.
Talk to me about this, because I noticed it just in the video. I haven't heard it talked about at all. The casino night stuff. What's this? I saw it in the video from 2023 that there's like a casino night thing that goes on. I was like, ooh, I like blackjack.
It's a fun way to keep everyone engaged and involved and give them something to do that's not necessarily DJ related. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and also give them a thought process to, hey, what if I could do my own casino night? Like, you know what I mean? And explore that side of production too, potentially. Jeffrey Sandler, Celebrations Entertainment did it for us last year. Did a great job with it, and we're bringing it back. Anything else you want to add to that, Rich?
Can I make
I
money?
mean, we have 2 nights of obviously entertainment, Sunday night and Monday night. So Sunday night is the casino night. We'll also have some of these DJs playing up there before and after the casino night. It's really, it's for fun. There is a casino in Milwaukee, but this one is just for fun. We got some prizes from a bunch of great people send us prizes, and we give that away. But it's just a place to kind of hang out, network, and get a kickoff to the conference by talking to people and having a good time up there. So that's kind of what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. And sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, so it's all funny money. We're not actually throwing real money down.
Yeah, it's funny money, but I'm going to have some dice in my pocket. So if you want to bet something, just come on over
All right,
where
sounds
I am.
good. Sounds good.
We'll wager.
Yeah. Yep.
And these parties take place on the 21st floor of View, which is one of the it's like a ballroom upstairs, 21st floor, overlooking downtown Milwaukee. Pretty cool setup, wall-to-wall windows. So it's a great setup to have a nightlife party in. So it's a great spot for that. The Big Ron spinoff will also be there, as Rich mentioned, and Midwest DJs Got Talent is coming there as well.
Yeah, are you holding tryouts or whatever for that still? Is that
Auditions?
A thing? Auditions, not
Tryouts.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You
talking
don't
practice.
submit your OnlyFans. That's not what we want.
You know I'd make it. Whatever, man.
But there's a trust factor too. I mean, if you say you can play guitar and sing, I mean, we're going to let you in it. Come on.
Yeah.
Could you actually do the casino night though, like as a charity raising money for the foundation and everything, potentially?
There's probably ways to do that. There are some tricky laws in Wisconsin.
I figured, but
about how all that works. But the DJs loving DJs fun. We do a big raffle to raise money for it, and I don't want people to feel like they're nickel and dime to death coming to the thing. I want at the event like the casino night, everybody can come, everybody can have a good time. It doesn't cost you anything. Whereas the raffle we'll sell tickets, and if you want to buy into that, you can. But yeah, so probably that's one of the reasons we don't use it that way.
Yeah. Well, cost
But
wise,
yes,
this is one of the lesser expensive conventions.
Oh, for sure.
Even if the ticket isn't lesser expensive, you're going to Milwaukee and staying in the Hyatt. It's just not quite as expensive as
right. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned one thing we're proud of. I'm proud of this year. We have an attendee coming all the way from Brisbane, Australia,
Holy shit.
all the way from England, and
Blows your
we have a
mind.
presenter from England as well. It just blows my mind that guys are traveling from literally across the globe
that sort of reach. Yeah.
to come to our little show.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's grown up and been a big show, and I'm excited to do Lyrics to Live Life By again on the stage. I did it at Mex, and we're doing a unique twist on it this year at Midwest DJs Live. We have a former logistics ninja of the Savannah Bananas also speaking
Oh,
this
really?
year.
That's going to be epic.
That, I think, is a dark horse seminar to be in. And he's actually going to close out the show on day 2.
Where do you guys, is there like a criteria when you choose your presenters and your education stuff, or how does, where the F did that come from? And I've seen, whenever I went a couple years ago, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember being like, where did this even come from? It's good, but it was an NBA DJ. And it was live streamed. That was
DJ
that year.
Shauna.
That year. Okay. And that was my one, how the hell did that
How'd you
happen?
get him?
Exactly. I was just,
Where'd you find him? Who knew
just
him?
collective ideas
So
or what?
I can share the backstory of that. So I did education for the show for quite a few years. Rich took over the education spot for me. Erik has taken over the education spot for Rich. So there's been you got a nice lineage here of the previous education.
Yeah.
So y'all are good people to ask. Got it.
Chat about it for sure. DJ Shauna came to us. It was around the pandemic timeframe. We were able to lock her in. Big Ron, one of our founders, knew her and got me a contact, and I spoke with her agent and was able to bring her in. We did have to live stream it because the Milwaukee Bucks have a certain protocol they have to follow with their talent, and she's considered talent for Milwaukee Bucks. But it was great to bring her in. And just speaking on my half, and I'll let Rich and Erik speak on their portions of it, of course. For me, it was always looking at, the 6 facets of our business. I wanted to do education. I wanted to bring something in on at least one of the 6 facets, or all the 6 facets, a subject there for it. So marketing, sales, operations, planning, production, performance. Those are what I consider the 6 facets of our business. And so for me, it was about having something for each of those in our programming for Midwest, and then filling in the gaps around whatever else may be hot at the time. Whether it's last year, we brought in Justin Reed, who was literally game-changing, leading his market with AI.
Mm-hmm.
We brought in Justin Reed to speak on that last year, and looking out for those DJ Shaunas or those former logistics ninja, the Savannah Bananas, to be able to bring in those kind of people. That's how I looked at it. I'll let Rich and Erik speak to their own process of what they brought in.
Well, Erik, as you know, I program and produce and have for a while another smaller conference as well for a group that we call the North American Collective of DJs and MCs, the NAC. And I approach that the same way that, I do this. I literally have a spreadsheet in Google, and I have those 6 facets listed across a spreadsheet. And as I find people or see something that might be interested, I think about, what's the twist on what their message is that could be used by DJs. And I put it in the column under that header. And then sometimes it's, 3 years later when the time is right to, kind of, I've tried to develop a little bit of a relationship, or, further understood what they do, or thought about in my own way how to make that work. I mean, last year we had a guy named Chris Shelley, who's a wedding officiant out of Manhattan. And, we had him come and speak. And, a lot of people would say, what does a wedding officiant have to tell me as a DJ? But his approach to how he makes his ceremonies, events, and the creativity and the storytelling that he puts into it, there are just lessons to be learned there. So, I worked with him on his presentation to make it not only the things that he does and he knows how to do, but how to make that relatable to DJs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I approach it. I mean, we always try, if I'm going to be involved in education, I mean, there's a lot of great speakers out there, and I don't want to come across as, when I say this, that, the other shows don't have great people, because they do, but sometimes, the same person that's showing up, 12 conferences in a row, we need not only people, but we need fresh messages and
perspectives.
Sometimes we need speakers that just challenge the way we think about things to, help you think about your event. So, I guess that's a long way to say, I mean, I'm just always looking for something that's going to be unique and different, but still be relatable to the work that we do.
Yeah. I mean, a quick interjection, with the education from Midwest, it seems to be like almost like stuff I want to know that I know as it's told to me, and then it's like, well, okay, I can, and I'm with it. Someone else that's not involved with Midwest at all that I always got that education vibe from was Brian B. He'll link you to someone who's not in the DJ world at all, but there's like a method. There's a method to the madness behind it, kind of thing, and it's something you should know as a DJ.
I think the challenge is giving having the name power or the star power with some of those people that people are familiar with, and that give a great message, and balancing that with the unknowns and taking a chance on people that are going to be great, and that they're going to deliver something that's going to be just so valuable, but you are also trusting or allowing the attendees to trust your decisions in filling out who's going to be on that stage and presenting. And I think this year speaks volumes in how many tickets we've sold that has been built up in the past with the people that have been in charge of the education with Mitch and Rich and what they've built this conference into, that trust is there, that we're going to put people on.
The reputation is there for the education, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Erik froze, so we're going to move on. But
Erik froze.
I mean, like the education lineup.
I mean, that's all I hear about from the conference is the education. Go to Midwest for the education.
Well, I want to speak to this too a little bit. This show does not happen without our sponsors either.
Mm-hmm.
We have great sponsors. We have, Electro Voice is our title sponsor this year. We have DJ Event Planner as our education sponsor this year. We have Both Lighting, Both Lighting as our sponsor, Nightlife lighting sponsor this year.
Mm-hmm.
So without the edge, and I got a shout out just because we're live. Brian McGann from Simple.
The homie to the max. You can
me.
shout out Simple all you want.
he messaged me while we're on the call and on the podcast here, and he said that he's watching from his daughter has dance class. So shout out to Brian McGann for being a part of Midwest DJs Live again this year, coming back. We have a couple brand new sponsors this year as well, and we're going to get to see those coming up at the show. So
super exciting. I'm super excited.
As
Both Lighting.
If you go to the
but
on the website, you can see like the list of presenters on here, and you can see the stacked cast. That's not the right word. Stacked lineup they have. I mean,
Is everyone announced at this point in terms of the education?
All presenters are announced. Workshops are announced. We haven't announced our full nightlife lineup yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone wants to know. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. That's
Coming.
But the presenters on here are just like such heavy hitters, basically. I mean, obviously Alan Berg, Alan Marshall, Chris Washburn, myself, and Mark Farrell. That's just like right off the bat. Will take me out, but Jesus, you know what I mean? Like that's big right there. And I'm keep scrolling, and then Mitch and Troy and Jonathan. Yeah, David. That's ridiculous. So
is David speaking again too?
David is our onstage DJ.
Oh.
Onstage DJs are sponsored by The Blueprint.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
And I think this is a really good opportunity for people to see, a master at his craft with David Osborne.
Is that like looking like you're 20 even though you're 40 or 35? I said, is his master his master craft is looking like he's 20 even though he's like 35, 40 or however old he is?
And
Sure.
Then Jonathan's the on-stage host, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
DJ
that's something
Woo
we
Pig,
haven't
as
even touched
some
on,
people
but
might know.
Yeah, yeah, Woo Pig,
Okay.
out of the great state of Arkansas is coming up, and he's going to handle things as stage host, master ceremonies, keep things moving, and I mean, at a conference like this, that's the other thing. I mean, a guy like that, he's not presenting a topic, but I mean, you can learn so much from him.
I mean, in the last however many years, his career is just like, wow, so even to get him there, that's awesome.
I mean, he couldn't even make it to my wedding because he was so busy.
Yeah, but it's just, who cares about that?
No, literally, he was on a flight to go to some other random place to do some AV and video production and stuff. It's like, yeah, crazy. I'm excited. I forgot he was actually the host. I remember him announcing on his social medias about it. It's going to be exciting. Yep. I like it.
Yep.
But yeah,
stacked. Great people there. Yeah.
Let's see what kind of workshops are on here.
From an experience standpoint, I know a little bit of the back end timeline of like how the conference is laid out, but so people are going to show up Sunday, and we have the kickoff party Sunday night. And then how's the like layout of the day Monday? Because I think one thing I noticed is you guys don't stack presenters on top of each other either, right?
I think it's one stage.
Yeah, it's one stage. So we have basically 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock is the breadth of the day for all the things that are going on. So during that time, we'll have some presenters from stage, and then we'll also have those workshops happening. So the only things that kind of happen at the same time is if you're in a workshop and I'm in a workshop, we're going to be doing that at the same time in different rooms. Mm-hmm. But the stage presenters all happen at one time. There's also some dedicated spots in there for the show floor. So it's not all back to back to back, but show floor in there. So you can go shop with the vendors and sponsors that are up there. And Mitch, can I talk about our little thing that we're doing?
I was just going to say, do you want to talk about the little thing?
Let's talk about a little thing.
I like these new little things they're dropping. What else going on?
This is big. It's more. It's big.
I don't know.
That's what she said.
I don't know that there's anybody that's ever done this at a DJ conference before. But as Mitch mentioned, we couldn't do the show at the level that we do it without the sponsors. I mean, the ticket buyers are great, and the attendees put their money into it for sure. But we really need funds from the outside. So we want to do everything we can to make sure that those sponsors and vendors have success at our show. For some of them, it's exposure to people. That's all they're looking for. But others want to and need to sell product. So we're doing a promotion this year that we call the Golden Ticket. And here's how it works. When you get there the first day, you're going to receive a golden ticket. You've got to sign that ticket, and you have to turn it in at our first show floor experience and register your golden ticket with us. Everybody that has their golden ticket registered then is eligible at the end of the show, where we draw one ticket out of the box, one golden ticket, and that ticket that we draw, we're going to reimburse the holder of that ticket up to $750 for any purchase that they actually made at the show. So you have to have your credit card receipt or your signed contract. So in other words, if you during the show
went to the strip club and spent $400, y'all got every single one of those dollars.
There you go.
Hey,
but if
rules is rules.
You go to Rick's company's setup over there and buy some lighting. Actually do it on Monday or Tuesday. Make that deal. We draw your name. You're going to get a $750 cash refund towards that. So we hope that, for sponsors that are there, people trying to sell gear and stuff like that, that's just an extra incentive for, guys to go ahead and make that commitment to the people that have made a commitment to them by helping support the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's any vendor, whether it's Danny Max, whether it is
NLFX,
whether it's
how many vendors
DJP.
do you think will be there to possibly shop from?
I think we have 11 or 12, right?
Dozen.
Yeah.
EV will be there through NLFX.
This sounds like a great sales proposition to be telling people in the booth. Hey, if you buy today, you could win $750 credit back.
That is exactly.
I feel like that's the goal. I feel like you should use that and say that a couple times.
No, you definitely should, because the other. You know what DJs do? Well, Rick, I love this stuff. I'm going to go home and think about it.
Yep.
And the people that think about it, you just make the commitment and move on. That's what you're there for. So
seriously,
we're going to try to help.
Squirrels think about it too, and they get smashed in the middle of the road.
There you go. Mitch's dark side's coming out late in the podcast.
I missed. I lost my internet. Did we talk about the VIPs at all?
No.
The VIPs.
Give it to me.
Hit it.
Drop it.
Hit it, Eric.
So that is something brand new this year, and I don't even have the list of all the things that we want to do for the VIPs to make. Everyone that shows up to this conference already feels like this is a conference where we welcome you with open arms, and there's a lot of things, but we wanted to elevate that experience and provide a VIP experience. And so we have a lot of things planned for the VIPs. I don't have the list right in front of me. Maybe Rich can rattle off some of those.
I was about to say, I got the website list in front of me. It's lengthy.
Yeah. Oh, let's hear it.
The website list. There you go.
Oh my God, it is lengthy here. VIP arrival bonuses. Ticket pickup lounge with snacks, beverages, and a MKE beer tasting. Is that like a local brewery?
Milwaukee beer.
Milwaukee beer. Okay.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they have that beer called Spotted Cow that everybody loves to talk about and to try out. You can only buy it in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's actually just hot Milwaukee's ice that you got to drink.
So VIPs also get luggage drop for early arrivals, so they can drop their luggage off early. Welcome cocktail party with the presenters on Sunday. Get the presenters early. Throughout the show, VIP reserves seating in the main education room at a VIP table equipped with power supply and charging, so you can keep your phone alive and your laptops.
That is key.
You get a liaison to handle your requests and issues. Who's the liaison, huh? Who gets suckered into that role?
That's you. That's you, Rick.
That's another announcement to be made. But
that's actually what they invited us to do.
We haven't told Erik Massengale yet that he's the liaison.
Right. That's what the guys do.
It's like, surprise, here's the podcast.
You get a chat group to assist you with navigating. So basically a chat group to assist with navigating around the conference and schedules. You get a lounge area to use throughout the show, so you can go take a break and answer those calls, I imagine.
Yep.
And then VIP-only content, upgrades, and opportunities. Early entry into the big room and a behind-the-scenes tour of the show on Monday. VIP-only performance workshop. VIP photo opportunity. You on the Midwest DJs live stage with your own custom graphic. Oh, that would be cool. On like the video wall.
Yep.
You get there.
Yep. So you get to be up there just like a presenter, and have that picture for your social media.
Yeah. I got a little funny. So I gave a speech at MEC the first year it was doing 2020 COVID, and that picture is what introduced me to my now wife. So,
Oh wow!
it was funny. Well, actually the back end to it is I originally had a picture of me with one of my puppies, and I had like a caption of me having a talk with my puppy, and I didn't change the caption on my dating profile. I just changed the picture, and she thought I was giving a TED talk about my dog.
Hey, whatever works.
So
Right.
with that picture, you could meet your special significant other,
Yeah.
The best relationships start off as a lie.
Yeah. That's what I've always said.
Oh my God. So after that's collective VIP credential badge, personalized VIP notebook and pen, no line VIP entry into the nightlife events, VIP seating option for lunch and chats, and 10 tickets into the raffle and prize drawings, VIP drink tickets for the spinoff, and first option to purchase 2025 tickets, which from what we were talking about earlier, there's going to be a lot changing in 2025 potentially.
So the VIP experience is basically just like super steroided version of the whole thing.
If you want the most out of it.
One of the things that you mentioned in there, Rick, that we try to do is, again, the show's about education primarily. We just try to throw in another VIP education opportunity, and you mentioned it, but it's a workshop. At the end of the day on Monday, a guy that was at the show last year, his name is Pat Dwyer. He's an improv guy and a professional. He does speaking and training, but he's going to do a workshop for the VIP ticket holders about the power of improv that you can use in your performance as a DJ. So all the VIP ticket holders are going to get to do that there on Monday night.
Very cool.
We just actually sold an upgraded VIP seat today. So
Really?
And
You said it
so-
was the last one, or is that what you said?
No,
I'm sorry?
you sold one today, right?
Oh, I thought you said I sold the last one today.
No.
Yeah, that was actually about my next
Hold on.
question. Is
it's
that's
not
just
that
like
much more.
it's just like a purchasable add-on, or
Yeah.
maybe just like a
Yep.
more expensive
No,
ticket.
you can upgrade.
And-
There's an upgrade cost, or you can just buy
Right.
the regular ticket if you haven't bought a ticket yet, which there's only like 10 left. So
Yeah.
act now. But
now.
how is there? Do you have a limit on the VIPs? I assume.
Yeah, we do, and I think as of that's this couple that we sold today. I think we've got like 8 left, 8 seats that are still VIP upgradable.
Options.
Yep.
I mean, heck, the amount of alcohol you're going to get out of this is worth the upgrade.
I mean,
No doubt.
the picture on the stage is probably worth.
That's easily.
chunk also.
I assume professional photographer and everything. That's worth everything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my God, I would be so creative. I would have the stupidest like presentation title behind me. Something just outrageous. Post on the
that's a
social
great
media, be like,
idea.
I was glad I got to speak at Midwest DJs Live, presenting on why you should take your shoes off while you're DJing.
Yeah. How to meet your wife with a non-puppy photo.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Giving a presentation on how every relationship starts with a lie. There you go.
Exactly.
I love lying.
Don't follow Eric's social media if you don't like lying.
Well, hey, my social media is nothing but a truth bomb, okay? My social media will take the truth and shove it down your throat in a way you didn't expect. so not
Is
even.
that what memes do?
Other than the memes, we're not talking Instagram, we're talking Facebook.
It's a much kinder place than it used to be. I'll tell you that.
A lot more open to this, to dark humor and stuff.
It is, and it's really not. People just got used to it.
They did. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's normal now.
Eric just massaged it into their world.
That's funny.
In in addition to another thing, I don't know if we talked about it all. If people really want education and are coming to Midwest for loads of education, there's other opportunities around it as well. Alan Berg, who is everyone's, is a huge favorite. He's going to be doing like a half day or a full day. Is it on Sunday?
Mastermind.
On Sunday, an opportunity to do a master class with him or a workshop with him on Sunday at a slightly additional cost. But you can come in on Sunday and spend a day with Alan, and he'll tear you apart, and it's great.
Yeah.
And then also Mark Farrell is doing some workshops around Midwest DJs as well. I think those are almost sold out. So please check on those. We had a great response for those, but I think there's still a few seats available.
I saw
That's crazy.
Bill Herman on there. I was scrolling. I scrolled past it. I don't.
He's got a workshop on MC skills.
Okay. All right. So
During the show, yeah.
During the show. And then Brian Smith is doing a lighting workshop. And then even Steve, we talked about DJ skills. And Sima Dahl. I can't remember.
Sima Dahl, maybe.
On
So she
networking
is
skills.
She's going to be presenting. She's out of Chicago, and she is a presenter talking about sway factor, and is what she's going to be presenting. But one of her specialties is LinkedIn, and I think DJs kind of sleep on LinkedIn. But if you're in the corporate space at all, I think LinkedIn is hugely popular.
For sure.
And she's going to be teaching how to improve your LinkedIn profile. So I think that's going to be very valuable as well.
Very cool. Very cool. So with the few minutes we got left here, anything we can talk about for 2025 since there's so little tickets available left? What's the
for those about to miss
for those about to miss out in 2024 and they need to mark their calendar now? What's the scoop on 2025? Anything in the works yet?
Well, I mean, we don't have anything really to announce, but I can tell you, I mean, we're going to be building on this year. This year pushes us to try to find, different and, relevant content from speakers, up in the fun factor of the event, finding, some more of those hands-on workshop kind of things, and probably some things we don't even know. I mean, we send out surveys and talk to people about the show and want to find ways to improve it. So there's probably some ideas out there that are going to come from this year's show that, spur us to do something different for next year. But, only thing I can tell you is probably about the same time of the year. We don't even have our dates, our date really locked down, but we will by the time we get to the show. But I don't think there's, anything earth shattering to tell you. I will tell you at the show, we'll offer a ticket for next year. We'll tell you when and where it's going to be, and we're going to tell you a preview on a couple of the things that you can experience from a speaker standpoint. And I do know, I can be completely transparent. We have no one signed for next year yet, but by the time we get to the show, we'll have some cool things to share and for people to look forward to for 2025. But and I don't want to scare anybody off. 2024 is almost sold out. But if you're a DJ that's been to the show or been to any show or is just interested in education, I'll find a way to get you into the show. Just get your ticket now, get it purchased, get it locked in. It seems like, hey, it's a couple $100 I don't have, but you're going to spend that money over the course of the next month on something else anyways. Get there. All the things that we offer are great, but really the magic of Midwest DJs Live is, of the hundreds of people that are going to be there, it's what they're going to share back with each other. That's the real power of the show. So don't miss out on that either. I mean, I think going to these shows is so valuable. It makes you learn something, but it also gives you a community to draw on for the rest of the year while you're not at the show. So if you're on the fence about it, take the chance. Come to Midwest DJs Live.
Yeah. Also, if you haven't broken that ice on spending money on education like that, you need to break that ice and keep it broken. Break it every year because, like you said, and I'm sure you've heard it, but like the networking behind the scenes is just something you can't get anywhere else. You can meet all the people online you want. It's just not the same.
Which brings up a good topic that we will actually be at Midwest DJs Live with a full-on setup that Erik is putting together for us, that we're going to basically do some live podcasting from the show. And we're going to basically have a setup where some people can randomly come up, and we're going to have those natural conversations that happen in the hallways live on our YouTube channel for all of you guys to tune in and see a little bit of what the behind the scenes chit chat is and what everybody's feeling and talking about. I'm excited for that concept. It's going to be cool.
Love it.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. I like dropping my opinion on literally everything, so that's good.
So
I'll make a random topic sheet.
Perfect.
Bring it with me. That way, if you get stuck on anything, you can just offer up an opinion.
Yeah. Pull it up, and it's like fedoras. Here's my opinion. Rick wears fedoras.
Maybe we make this a DJ loving DJ's opportunity to be on your podcast, and we raffle the positions. I don't know.
There you go.
Who knows? Yeah, so stay tuned for the announcements of when those live shows are going to be. But we'll be doing basically live streaming from Midwest DJs Live while we're there for Monday and Tuesday. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. Going to have a lot of people, a lot of talks. Going to be doing a lot of stuff with the conference. I'm excited.
So we only have like a couple minutes left. Is there anything you guys want to touch on?
I've talked too much. Mitch, what else do you have to say?
I think the only thing I would say is I agree with what Erik said. You know, you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to get out of your bubble, because we as DJs, when you're in your hometown and you're in your own thing and you're doing your thing, you're stuck in that tunnel vision of what you're doing. And there could be a lot of other guys, gals that you could meet at the show, or maybe you meet just one that completely changes the course of your career and gives you that boost that you need to go to the next level.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I would never be where I'm at. I would never be even close to where I'm at if it weren't for meeting people at stuff like this, you know.
Take a chance on yourself. Bet on yourself.
Stealing everyone else's ideas.
Seriously. And like,
It's true.
I think we talk about it too. Every conference I go to, I come back motivated more than ever to be doing more in my business, doing more as a DJ,
Definitely.
Yeah. If you want to if you think you're the best DJ ever, go to one of those conferences. You'll feel small real quick.
Quickly humbled.
Whether
I don't care how big you are. You could be clearing $5 million a year, and someone's about to make you look like a bitch.
In every aspect, though, you will start to realize that you are not the best yet.
Yeah, but what a blessing.
Lighting wise,
Yes.
like lighting wise, business wise, skill wise, MC wise, there's always someone that's going to be better than you, and these conferences do a good job of pointing that out to you.
Yeah, I think that's
encouraging.
important. The other thing I'll add to that is, you know, some of these guys that are doing great things and doing things you'd never thought of before. But I've yet to be to a conference and met a DJ yet who I went and asked something to that I could learn from, who told me to get away. He didn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, go kick rocks. Yeah.
And people that show up at these conferences will sit down with you, talk with you, help you out. And again, it's that relationship that continues after the show into your work year. That
that's why they're there, so yeah.
Erik, you said you've been stealing ideas for years.
I've never come up with an original idea, not one. I swear to God, I'm not even. I say that in a funny way, but it's true. It is accurate. I only steal.
But the ideas you're getting from people, they're handing to you and saying, "Hey, this is
with open arms."
Oh yeah,
right.
They want you to take it and run with it. They want you to take their idea and go make a shitload of money with it. This is like the automation thing. I'm like, when someone's like, "Oh, I made $1 billion," I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" You know what I mean? That's awesome because I feel good because I helped. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a group of people that love seeing other people succeed.
Awesome. All right, so we're at the time, so I don't know which one he wants to say it, but if someone wants to go get a ticket, find out more about Midwest DJs Live, where do they go? How do they do it?
MidwestDJsLive.com.
All at once now.
Good luck.
Midwest DJs Live.
MidwestDJsLive.com. It's all there. There's a place you can buy tickets right on the website. If you got a question or need something answered beforehand, there's a drop down. You can email any of us. We'll get an immediate answer to you. But for the two of you, you're going to be there. The three of us, we're going to be there. And I hope some of the people that are on the listening to the podcast, whether live or sometime we're down the line, will make a decision too to come up. It's going to be a great show.
Awesome. And on that note, we're actually going to take a week off next week.
Yep.
And because Eric's out of town, and we'll be back on April 2nd with a guest that's yet to be announced. We got to figure out who we're going to have on next. So if you got ideas, drop them in the comment down below. But if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can go listen to it on all the different sources that exist. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just about every podcaster option out there. It feeds onto there. So search the DJ Life Podcast and you can follow us. And if you're listening and you want to watch it, go to YouTube. So hit the subscribe button, help us out. And excited to see you guys at Midwest DJs Live. It's going to be exciting. Thank you guys.
Thanks for your support.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us
Thanks,
on.
guys.
Absolutely. See you guys. Bye.